Hey everybody, my name is Deja and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing an announcement video for the Tarot Readathon 2023 edition. So back in 2021, I believe it was, I hosted a tarot themed readathon with a couple of my friends. There was 3 friends, and me and one of the hosts from last time, Noelle, decided to bring it back this year. So you do not need to know anything about tarot to participate in this readathon. As long as it intrigues you and interests you, then you are free to participate. It can be done in a very structured way. If you're a structured reader, it can be done in a very mood reading way. If you're a mood reading reader, it's completely up to you. So this readathon is a little bit complex, so I would make sure you're paying attention to everything. I will say that one major part of this is joining the Discord, which will be linked, of course, down below. And there is also a document that I'll be linking down below as well that has all the prompts, as well as just all the information that I'm verbally saying to y'all will be down below as well, in case you are more of a visual learner. It is happening the entire month of June, and we were going to do it from full moon to full moon, which I believe is like the 3rd to the 4th or the 4th to the 3rd. But I thought that was kind of just strange. Like if it was like maybe like the 10th to the 12th or something, that makes more sense to me. Because it was so close to the beginning of the month, it just made more sense to do it for the whole month of June. Last time we did it for 2 weeks and everybody was begging us to do it for a month-long edition, so here is that for everybody who was really looking forward to doing it for a whole month. So the first thing that you do need to know is that we are doing teams, which is what we did last year. In the tarot, as you can see, I have my cards right here, there is different suits. So you can see this is swords, and there's wands, cups, and pentacles. And so those are all like the suits. So like Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and then there's also the major arcana. So that's the minor arcana, and there's the major arcana. So you need to pick one team. Each team, there's going to be cups, wands, swords, and pentacles. So cups is going to be me and Lauren from Happy Haunts Library. The cups is related to water, emotions, relationships, intuition, and creativity. Also, what you need to know is about each team, there's an upright and a reverse. So when someone is doing a tarot card reading, some people have to do with upright and reverse. So this is the Two of Cups card, which is kind of ironic because I've talked about the cups team, but this is upright and this is reversed. So if this is upright, this is like what the actual card means, but reverse generally means the opposite of what the card means. So each team is going to have an upright and a reverse, which is kind of like a pro and a con. So the cups team upright is you may choose to match a book's cover to the tarot card's colors or imagery instead of the written prompt for that card that we have written, and this has unlimited uses, so you can use that for every single book if you want. And then for the cups team reverse, we must read at least 2 different formats during the readathon, which is ebook, audiobook, physical book, manga, graphic novels. Like you need to read at least 2 different formats throughout the course of the month. So the next team up is Wands, which is being led by Myonna from Myocore, and Quinn, who is Quinny Hale on Instagram. She also has a YouTube channel, but she doesn't really post on there, but I will have everybody linked down below, of course. And they are known for fire, energy, passion, success, ambition, and warmth. And one way that you could choose your team is by trying to match your zodiac sign to their team. You can pick based on host, you could pick based on the team's upright and reverse, you could pick on just what's drawn to you, or you could pick a card and be like, okay, this one's major arcana, but you can just pick a card and you could be like wands, so I'm going to be joining the wands team. It's completely up to you on how you want to join the teams. So for the wands team, the upright is the first book completed and submitted will count for 100 extra points towards the minor arcana trophy, and I will be talking about the minor arcana and the major arcana trophy in a little bit. And so this has only one use, it's for the very first book. And then the wands team reverse is every book title on the TBR must be 3 words or less. Next up is the swords team, and this is being hosted by Cami from Burrows and Books, and also Beth from Beth's All Booked. And this one has to do with air, logic, intellect, protection, decisiveness, and clarity. So for the swords team upright, the books read for the significator prompts can count double towards the major arcana trophy, which has unlimited uses. But for the swords team reverse, books that count double for the major arcana trophy will not be added to the minor arcana page count trophy tally. So as I said, I'll talk about the significator prompts as well as the major and minor arcana trophies, which will make sense more later on. And then the last team is Pentacles, which is being hosted by Noelle from Noelle 7 Pages and Elizabeth from Museum Grack. So the Pentacles team upright is every prompt / card completed counts for 25 extra points in the minor arcana trophy, which has unlimited uses. But the reverse is your TBR must include at least 1 book over 500 pages, and you can check on Goodreads if you have it as an audiobook or an ebook. So once you choose your team, you get to make your TBR, and this is kind of the fun part where you can do whatever you want. So you can do a whole spread, and if you're like super into tarot, then you can do like a whole spread and have like that spread, pick your TBR, because how we have it is each card has a prompt, and as I said, the Google Doc with all the prompts will be listed below. So you could do a whole tarot spread at the beginning of the month, and you could pull 5 cards, and that could be your TBR, or you can pull as you go. And we also have an online generator that's linked in that document in case you don't have physical tarot cards. You could just use the generator to be able to pick a card or a spread. So personally for me, I'll probably pick as I go, but if you are more of a planner, you could definitely pick 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in the beginning of the month, even 2 cards in the beginning of the month, and you can have that be your TBR. You can also use a deck of playing cards, and you won't have the major arcana cards or the page face cards, but that's completely okay for the readathon. So hearts equals cups, diamonds equals pentacles, spades equals swords, and clubs equals wands. And there is no doubling up, so 1 card equals 1 prompt, and that's it. It will kind of vary when it comes to one of the trophies, but I will talk about that next. So as you go, you will be submitting points for your team. So there's a Google form that would also be linked down below and also in that Google document, and basically you will be submitting what books you read, and that will count as points. And how the points work is for the trophies. So we have the Major Arcana Trophy and the Minor Arcana Trophy. So for the Major Arcana Trophy, each week there will be a drop in the Discord. In the Discord, you will only be able to see your team's channels. And so in your team's channel, there will be a significator card dropped, and that will be an extra prompt for the week. So how that will work is for every book that matches the significator prompt, your team will be given a point in the Major Arcana Trophy. These books can overlap with the books that you're reading generally for the Minor Arcana Trophy and just for like the general prompts that you're reading, but for every extra book that you're reading that also fits that prompt, your team will get 1 extra point towards this trophy. So for example, let's just say if the Cups team significator card for that week is the Moon, which is read a book that has supernatural or paranormal elements in it, and you, the participant, pulls the Ace of Wands, which is read a book by a new to you author or in a genre you haven't explored before. If you read a book that fits for the Ace of Wands, it can also overlap with the Moon, and you would get a point for your team for the Major Arcana Trophy. But for the Minor Arcana Trophy, this will be just all of the pages that our team has completed together, and this will be averaged for each team. So there will be some math magic done behind the scenes to make sure everything is even across the team. So if some teams have more people than others, that won't matter. It's kind of just more of like an average of which team is reading the most pages. I hope the upright and reverse all make sense and that the prompts are really good. I'm not going to go over all of them, but I will talk about the aces. So for the Ace of Cups, that's read a book that will fill your cup with joy. So this is any book that will fill up your cup with joy, that any book that you think will make you happy. And so the Ace of Wands is read a book by a new to you author or in a genre you haven't explored before. So this is obviously a book that is in a genre that you haven't read before, a new to you author, so it's kind of like a new experience. Then for the Ace of Swords, it's read a debut novel. And for the Ace of Pentacles, it's buy/borrow a book off your wish list and then read it. So you can see that's just an example of some of the prompts that we will have. I know this readathon is a little complicated and complex, but I hope that it completely makes sense. And there is also, as I said, the Google Doc that will be linked down below if you need to go over any of the information, and feel free to DM me on Instagram or ask any questions that you have in the comments if you need any clarification. So that's all that I have for this video today. I'm super duper excited for this readathon. Noelle and I have been planning this. We also have a ton of templates that I made for this readathon, so those will be over on my Instagram highlights. The Discord is technically not necessary for you to participate, but if you want to get your team points for the Major Arcana Trophy, you do need to join the Discord. But as I said, that's all that I have for today. Make sure to follow all of the hosts, which will be linked down below, as well as all the links and information that's down there for your viewing pleasure. And if you made it to the end of the video, leave the little crystal ball emoji down below to make sure that I know that you made it to the end, and I will see y'all in my next one. Bye everybody. Trying to look like you're winning. I'm writing rhymes in the kitchen, soaking the moments we live in. Yeah, you got the nerve to